Defining love. That's what I want to talk about today. That's what I'm being guided to talk about today. In my morning meditation, I kept getting this defining love. And it sat so strongly with me that I knew that this was meant to be the topic of today's conversation. So, how do you define love? Some people define it as people doing things for them, or, oh, I'm married, I'm in love, or I'm dating, I'm in love. But love has to come from within first. You can't give something away that you don't already possess. So if you are in low levels of self love, it's going to be difficult for you to get the love that you're seeking from others because you're constantly looking for it outside of you. And remember, everything is an inside job. Everything. And as I'm always saying, your feelings are driving the bus of your life. So now let's think about this. Love, what does that mean to you? When you ask yourself, what does love feel like to me? Because remember, every thought you think creates a belief, and that belief is associated with a feeling. So if you grew up in a house where you heard often, well, we don't have much money, but we have love. Now, definitely, you've probably created some kind of a connection there between your feelings and your beliefs that love feels good, but it also means not having enough money. So now you bring those feelings and beliefs with you into adulthood and look at your adult life. Look at how things are working for you. Does that habit or pattern tend to run through how you're living your adult life? Same way with as a child, when you are in a traumatic situation, when you are feeling fear, and your child self is constantly looking for love. And sometimes the only way to get attention, which is what a child might think love is by being punished or having trauma, experiencing trauma. You could equate that with love. And so your belief and your feeling is attached that love means pain, love means fear. So it's very, very important for us as adults when we are, telling ourselves every day, oh, I wish I had more love in my life. Oh, I wish I had more love in my life. And why don't my relationships work out? And why do I keep attracting the same kind of relationships? Well, if you go back and look at how you define love, that will be your answer. That can start to be the unfolding of paying close attention to what you believe to be true, the feeling attached to what you believe to be true, and how you are attracting it into your life. The same can hold true with divorce. If you are a child of divorce, meaning you've experienced divorce with your parents, and then you yourself went through divorce, you already had beliefs attached to feelings about divorce and how that was going to turn out. And it plays a big part in all three stages of your divorce, thinking about it, going through it, and putting it behind you. The same way with marriage. However you viewed your parents' marriage and you've thought that's what love is, chances are you've either grown up to have that same kind of relationship with your spouse, or you've chosen not to get married at all because you didn't like that experience. So it's not about looking at what others do, looking at how others think. It's about paying attention to how you define love. How is love showing up for you? And how are you loving yourself? Are you being kind to yourself? Do you have positive self-talk? Do you speak negatively about yourself? Do you tell yourself that you're no good, that you're unworthy, that you're never going to amount to anything? What is your self-talk? See, because your self-talk is actually defining love for you. So when you're telling yourself, oh my gosh, I'm too fat, I'm too tall, I'm too thin, I'm too whatever you think you're too of, that is the love language that you've created for yourself. That is how you are defining love to you. And then you get into this vicious cycle because as the neurons in your brain are firing, they're always going to that same thing. It's what I call the known zone, right? It's like, oh, we know that this is how we define love. Oh, we know that this is what love feels like. And so every single time you're looking for love, you're going to create an experience to give you the feeling of what you believe love feels like. And that's your definition of love. So if you want to change how love is showing up for you, if you want to be more self-loving, if you want to love yourself more and more and more, then you want to start with defining love for you. How do you define love? What does it feel like to you? Now, keep in mind that you've also been influenced growing up by fairy tales and movies and the celebrities, influencers. But this is about how you feel, not about how someone told you you're supposed to feel. Define your understanding of love. Get to the basis of your belief about what love is and what love feels like. And you will be able to create a new definition if your current one isn't working for you, as well as create more love in your life. And whatever you create more of, you have more to give away. If you have any questions on this, self-love, creating more self-love and defining your self-love, I invite you to visit masteringyourbeliefs.com. Look around, see what calls out to you, and if you have any questions, ask your sensei. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.